Hello friends, back with me again Joseph, your host, and welcome to our channel and the Catechism for Kids. Have you ever thought about what it means to be truly brave and loving, just like Jesus, especially when people aren't very nice to you? It's a tough question, but today we're going to learn about someone who did exactly that. Her name is Saint Agostina Pietrantoni, a kind and courageous Italian nun who showed incredible love to the sick and dying. Saint Agostina was born in Italy way back in 1864. Her birth name was Livia Pietrantoni, and she grew up in a big, loving, and deeply Christian family. She was the second of 11 children. Life wasn't easy for them. They were farmers. And from a very young age, Livia worked hard doing tough physical jobs, like helping build roads and harvesting olives, all to help her family make ends meet. Even as a young girl, she felt a special calling in her heart. While other girls might think about getting married, Livia knew God had a different plan for her. She felt called to a religious life, to dedicate herself completely to serving God and others. So when she was old enough, she said goodbye to her family and traveled to Rome. It wasn't easy at first, as the first convent she applied to didn't accept her, but Livia didn't give up. She kept trying and was finally accepted into the Sisters of Charity of St. Agostina Pietrantoni. In 1886, she joined the convent and took a new name to mark her new life, Sister Agostina. This was the beginning of her incredible journey. Soon after, Sister Agostina was given a very important job. She was sent to work as a nurse at the Santo Spirito Hospital in Rome. This was one of the oldest hospitals in the city, and at that time, it was not a very friendly place for Catholics. But that didn't stop Sister Agostina. She started her work in the children's ward, taking care of sick kids with a bright smile and a gentle heart. She brought joy and comfort to everyone she met. Her superiors saw her incredible strength and compassion, and soon she was given an even more difficult assignment. She was moved to the men's tuberculosis ward. This was a very challenging place to be. Tuberculosis was a serious and contagious disease, and the ward was often filled with despair and sadness. The patients were not only very sick, but also sometimes angry and difficult. It was a place many people would be afraid to enter. But not Sister Agostina. She saw each patient not just as a sick person, but as a child of God who needed love and care. She treated them with extraordinary compassion, bringing light into that dark and lonely place. She even caught tuberculosis herself at one point, but miraculously recovered. Instead of being afraid, she went right back to work, more determined than ever to help those who were suffering. Her kindness was a beacon of hope, but not everyone appreciated it. There was one patient in particular named Giuseppe Romanelli. He was a very troubled man with a history of violent behavior. He often caused problems and was known for harassing the nurses. Sister Agostina, in her gentle way, tried to care for him too, but he was very difficult, would get angry and threaten her and the other sisters. One time, she had to take a knife away from him to keep everyone safe. Even after he was eventually kicked out of the hospital for his bad behavior, he didn't forget about Sister Agostina. He started sending her letters, threatening her life. The other sisters were very worried. They told Sister Agostina to be careful, to take some time off, but she refused. She knew her patients needed her, and she placed her trust in God. She wasn't going to let fear stop her from doing His work. She believed that love was stronger than hate. This incredible bravery and commitment to her duty is one of the most powerful parts of her story. She faced danger head-on, armed only with her faith and her love for others. Then, the unthinkable happened. On the morning of November 13, 1894, the man who had been threatening her, Giuseppe Romanelli, ambushed her in a dark hallway of the hospital. He attacked her, stabbing her multiple times. It was a moment of terrible violence and hatred. But what did Sister Agostina do in her final moments? Did she cry out in anger? Did she curse her attacker? No. In her last breaths, she did something truly amazing. She forgave him, their dying words. She whispered a prayer of forgiveness for the man who was taking her life, and she called out to the Virgin Mary for help. Her final words were, "Mother of mine, help me." When a doctor came to examine her, he was amazed. He noted that she seemed to have been slaughtered like a lamb, with no signs of struggle or fear. She had faced death with peace and forgiveness in her heart. The news of her death spread through Rome, and people were heartbroken, but also inspired. Thousands of people lined the streets for her funeral, kneeling in prayer as her casket passed by. They knew a true saint had walked among them. She had shown them the ultimate example of Christ-like love and forgiveness. Because of her incredible life of service and her martyrdom, the Church began the process to officially recognize her as a saint. Many years later, on November 12, 1972, Pope Paul VI beatified her, which is a major step towards sainthood. A miracle worked by Agostina's intercession was investigated and received validation from the congregation. For the causes of saints, on the 19th of March, 1996, the medical board assented to this on the 17th of April, 1997, as did a panel of theologians on the 7th of October, 1997, and subsequently the members of the congregation on the 20th of January, 1998. Then, on April 18th, 1999, Pope John Paul II officially canonized her. This means the whole world now recognizes her as Saint Agostina Pietrantoni. Her feast day is celebrated every year on November 13th, the day she went to her heavenly home. So what can we learn from Saint Agostina? Her story teaches us a powerful lesson about forgiveness and love. It's easy to be kind to people who are kind to us, but Saint Agostina showed love to those who were difficult, angry, and even violent. She teaches us that true love, the kind of love Jesus talks about, doesn't have limits. It means forgiving those who hurt us, just as Jesus forgave those who crucified him. Her life is a shining example for all of us, but especially for nurses. Because of her dedication and sacrifice, she is now the patron saint of nurses. She watches over them as they do their important work of healing and caring for the sick, just as she did. Next time you find it hard to forgive someone, think of Saint Agostina. Remember her courage, her compassion, and her final act of love. When you choose to forgive, you are shining with the heart of Jesus, and your love becomes a healing gift to the world, just like hers. Thank you for joining us today to learn about the incredible life of Saint Agostina Pietrantoni. We hope her story inspires you to be more loving and forgiving in your own life. Don't forget to like this video, share it with friends, and subscribe to our channel for more stories about the saints. Take care, everyone. Stay safe and healthy as usual. See you next time, and God bless you always.